And in the last couple of hours, with Sam Bankman-Fried's arrest, I think people generalize, right? So if you get hurt by one bank, you're gonna think all the other banks are bad. If one politician is corrupt, you think all the politicians are corrupt. But the fact is that just because one bank is bad doesn't mean all the other banks are bad.
Hey guys, welcome back to Library of Wealth. Today we have the co-founder and CEO of Binance, CZ, giving us his take on Sam Bankman-Fried and Kevin O'Leary after the collapse of FTX, as well as where Binance's position is in the crypto market. CZ held a live stream on Twitter Spaces to answer questions about some of the major concerns circulating and about Binance's involvement in FTX. Kevin O'Leary was a topic of discussion after testifying in front of the Senate Banking Committee yesterday. O'Leary actually placed blame on CZ for the collapse of FTX, calling it an unregulated global monopoly, and saying that the Binance CEO sold all of his company's holdings of FTT and backed out of the deal to acquire FTX, which led to its collapse. Let's check out this interview with Binance CEO CZ as he answers questions about the current stability of Binance, along with his take on Kevin O'Leary and the arrest of SBF. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy the content we do here on this channel. Let's get right into the video.
Especially yesterday, you can just feel the overall market is quite edgy, right? Everyone's really concerned. Everyone's really worried. Mass psychology just works like that. At certain times, everybody feels the same way, and they get affected by the other people, what we call market sentiment.
Did Kevin O'Leary ever try to invest into Binance? And also, if Washington ever called you down to come down and talk about cryptocurrency, would you?
I don't think we have any commercial relationship with him, no investments either way, etc. I didn't really know who he was until I think we were actually on a panel together in the Dubai conference we organized last year, actually early this year, I think in March this year. And that was to the extent of our interactions, in my belief.
Do you have any idea as to why certain people, organizations, which don't seem to be direct competitors to you guys, would have an agenda?
So interestingly, somebody else asked me this question before too. It's like, wait a second, isn't Sam already gone, and why are this guys still writing FUD about Binance? I don't know. So there's a few possible explanations, right? They may have already been paid already in full. So they need to carry out their end of the service just for their credibility, honor, or whatever contractual obligations. There may be other people who are pissed off that we somehow destroyed their source of revenue or source of income, so they are still attacking us. There's many different possibilities. At the end of the day, we don't know. We don't really try to spend time on it. We try to keep our platform solid. So I think those things people may be curious about. But as long as we keep our product and platform solid and make sure that we run a very good platform, those things will die eventually, right? So they may be pissed off at us for whatever reason. Look, if you're a newspaper that got $43 million of funding from the guy, and somehow those guys may have a perception that we caused them to lose that source of fund, and they may continue to attack us. So I don't know. What can we do? Number one, we didn't cause the problems they had. We were not part of it. We never really attacked other industry players. We just wanted to sell some tokens that we got. Nothing wrong with that, I hope.
Yeah.
And that was it. So now all we focus on is just how to build. We always focus on ourselves, how to make sure that we provide the best product services. We're totally solid. We have no backups on withdrawals, deposits. Everything works smoothly. So that's all we care about. Is there any risk if we fail? As long as we fail honorably, credibly, we let people withdraw their funds. The company ran out of money. That's okay, right? So then people don't get hurt. In the case of FTX, they took customers' money away, and that hurt a lot of people. That kind of failures have an outsized impact than their own failure. If a small exchange fails and returns customer assets, that's fine. It's not a big issue.
On Tuesday, jittery investors withdrew more than $1 billion from Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. Hours later, CZ sent a memo to staffers where he attempted to relieve market fears in the aftermath of FTX's implosion. CZ says Binance will survive any crypto winter, and despite Tuesday's withdrawals, marking the biggest single-day withdrawal the exchange has seen since June.
There has always been this concept for January 3rd, everyone should withdraw their money from the exchanges, etc. I think that's actually a very good idea, but in practice, there was a lot of FUD yesterday over the last 48 hours or so. People say, look, there was billions net withdrawals from Binance. Guess what? That's less than 2% of the assets on Binance, right? So it's actually quite hard to get people to move. So it's very difficult to do this test. There's many different reasons. Number one, it costs money to do this, right? So for 130 million users, and each have multiple different assets. So I don't know what the average is. Probably 10, 20 different assets. For people to withdraw all of that, that'll be like 1 billion transactions. Each transaction costs $10, right? So that's going to be a lot of money. So practically, you can't do it to any meaningful sense. I think Michael Saylor said it best. There is no second place. In a decentralized world, you're free to choose whichever platform you want to use. And most platforms are global, other than US, right? So most platforms are global. Why would you choose to use a second place exchange where yes, probably second grade security practices, second amount of investments in security teams, security infrastructure, etc. The second investment, the second number of users using it, the second selection of available coins to trade on, the second reputation in the industry, etc. Why would people choose that instead of go for the first place? So look, Binance, given our scale, we're able to invest heavily on security. We have stood the test of time multiple times. We're attacked all the time by FUD, by this and that. So we earn that trust. So why wouldn't people come to us? So why would people spread out, etc.? So when people look at the industry holistically, they say, hey, look, Binance is too large. But if you look at Uniswap has 70% of the DeFi trading volume by trading value. Pancake probably has more daily active users, but the high value stuff trade on Uniswap. So why doesn't people use some other thing? Because there's liquidity there. So in a free market, there is network effect. There is people moving to the first place. So that naturally happens. Does that mean there's no room for somebody to innovate better? No, there's no restrictions on somebody building a better exchange. There's no restrictions on somebody building a better Uniswap or better swap. I think Pancake's trying that. A bunch of other people are trying that. When people do, those other new platforms will take over. But people generalize. So people get hurt by one exchange and they lost money there and they generalize that. And that's just human behavior. So that's fine, right? So people want to withdraw their funds from Binance. Great, they can do it. It's their freedom. Later on, when they want to trade, they will deposit it back. That's their freedom. And we hold crypto reserves and cash reserves one-to-one. We hold user asset reserves one-to-one. There's no amount of FUD. There's no amount of withdrawal that will put us under pressure.
CZ goes on to address the issue of people and organizations with an agenda against Binance, stating that he doesn't know why they have one, but believes it may be because they lost a source of revenue due to the FTX collapse. He acknowledges the historic moment in crypto we're currently in and assures users of the resiliency of Binance. Following Sam Bankman-Fried's arrest on Monday, as well as Kevin O'Leary's testimony the following day, there's been a significant shift in market sentiment, as questions still loom over the timing of Sam Bankman's arrest and why he ended up not testifying the next day. We'll be keeping an eye on this. What do you think about CZ's interview on the state of the crypto market heading into 2023? Comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This is Library of Wealth. We'll see you in the next video.